Hi, welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson. Our first guest, children's book author Kim Schidrich, joins the show today to share values and virtues taught in her latest book, The New Puppy at the Pound. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Sandy.
Well, first of all, congratulations. You're such a young author, and obviously children's books is your forte, and it sounds like you're more into the inspirational part of, you know, what the books give out.
That's correct. I want to write stories with a moral purpose, a moral lesson. I think about virtues and values that I think should be instilled in children, and I think about children that aren't treated kindly by others or have a challenge that makes them special, and I write for those children. And I just want to make a difference in a child's life or bring them a smile if I can. And I think it's easier to write about what you know. So things that I see people do and things people do and say, good and bad, inspire ideas for my stories, and many experiences that my son has had has inspired many of my stories.
Oh, I bet. And you know, it's funny, you know, I just think back to my childhood and then watching some of the things that happened throughout my children growing up, and it's very true. There are good things, there are many good things,
True.
but there's also many hurtful things that kids experience, and you wanna save them, but you can't. So
Right.
you writing about them, that's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
So the stories you've written about, you've done more than one book.
I have. I've published The New Puppy at the Pound, which was my first book and the only one so far that has been published. I have written 4 others, and I'm working on my 6th currently. They all offer moral lessons, such as, like, The New Puppy at the Pound is basically about staying true to your values even when others are unkind to you. Then the next book is about one book is about good sportsmanship. Another one is about what makes you a hero is doing good deeds and caring about others' needs. Then never judging someone until you know their entire story, and loving who you are regardless of what others think about you.
But on a very elementary level, so that the kids can really appreciate.
Can relate to it, yes, exactly.
That's wonderful. So you speak about just having published one, so you're in the process of publishing the others?
I am, but I am self-published.
Okay, so what does exactly that mean?
When you're self-published, you don't have a traditional publishing house supporting you. Okay. So when you're self-published, you pay for all the books publishing expenses yourself, which could get expensive.
Right.
So, you know, I have to pay for the custom illustrations, the copy editing, obtaining a Library of Congress control number, an ISBN number, promotional text service, formatting the book. So
how are you proceeding with that?
My Kickstarter project.
Okay.
So the Kickstarter.com project is a website where creative projects try to raise money through people pledging to make your project happen. So the book publishing industry has become creative, and they're utilizing sponsorships and advertising to help make projects happen, just like newspapers and TV stations do.
Okay.
So a project creator, which in this case is myself, we set a funding goal and a deadline to raise that money. So as I said earlier, if people like the project, they could pledge money to help make it happen. My goal is $6,000. I need to raise $6,000, and I have till August 31st to raise that money. But funding on Kickstarter is all or nothing. So if I don't raise the entire amount, I don't receive any of the money.
Okay.
But like sponsorships, there's different pledging levels and rewards. So for instance, at the $100 pledging level, you would get name recognition in my next book, Jasper the Giant, on my Facebook page and on my website. So for instance, it would say in the book, Jasper the Giant was made possible through the generous donations of the following individuals and businesses. I am forever grateful. Your name would be listed there. So that's great advertising. And you also would get a personalized autographed copy of Jasper the Giant. At the next level, the $1,000 level, you get the rewards that I just mentioned, but you also get a character in the book to be modeled after you, or a child or a family member.
That's pretty clever, isn't it?
Yeah, so imagine a child's excitement to have a character looking like them in Jasper the Giant. Yeah. Or maybe you want to honor a family member that passed away and have them, in the book. You also get a full-page colored business ad or personal ad in Jasper the Giant. So the book's dimensions are going to be 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So you would get a full-page business ad that size in the book, which is a great advertising opportunity because the book will be distributed nationally and internationally through all the major book distributors like Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And the book is also available. The local Barnes & Noble on Hilton Head have promised to carry my books. So, you know, I think I'm offering
actually,
idea.
that's a extremely, well, I mean, it's extremely creative idea to allow yourself, you know, that I guess it's more of a flexibility in publishing as well.
Right, and advertising is typically a business expense, so people could check with their accountants to see if also maybe there's a tax deduction.
Right.
So, yeah, so if anybody, you know, thinks there's value in any of these rewards, they could, you know, pledge an amount, and please do that by August 31st.
Okay, and I know that we have that information on the screen. So thank you so much for joining us, Kim.
Thank you.
And we appreciate having it, and best of luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We will be right back with Talk of the Town.